So I'm back in the southwest corner. It's 78 degrees right now, 77 I think. So I'm like 90 degrees in these clothes. I mean, I'm literally wearing underwear under my hunting clothes. So I haven't hunted in close to 3 days. I was planning on hunting all weekend. I was planning on doing like a all-day sit today, all-day sit yesterday. Friday, I left the stand in the morning and I was cleaning up my truck and I had a PEX cutter in the back, laying on the back seat, and somehow it came open and I reached in to grab something and I sliced about 5.5, 6 inches of my arm, and it's pretty deep. I got 11 staples in my arm right now. I was worried I wasn't gonna be able to pull my bow back. It doesn't seem to bother. It doesn't even hurt, but it's just one of those things where I didn't want to be too rambunctious on the first day and a half of an injury, because that's how you get an infection. They didn't give me antibiotics because they said the location of the injury, the body will pretty much heal itself. So, and it, like I said, it doesn't hurt. It feels like somebody's kind of like pulling at the hairs on my arm. That's about it. But I'm pretty weak. I passed out at the hospital. I don't like this kind of stuff. I don't like seeing that kind of stuff. Like me or my kids, or somebody I know, if I see them get cut, I'm not much help after that. Anyway, there's been a lot of nighttime activity on my trail cameras. I don't really know, what's going on. I don't have a trail camera sitting over here by my stand. And the trail camera, I got that old Link W. It's like 2.5 years old now, and it's working, but it stopped sending pictures. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll send it in after the season's over, but I can't check it until I get home. Therefore, I don't know what the activity is on this fence row. I did see some new scrapes coming in. I'm looking right now, and there's a fresh rub right here underneath my tree. I can actually see the bark is peeling off the tree. The last night hunt that I did out here, that big, I think it's 8 or 10, I think it's an 8, but it's a tall buck. He's a 2.5-year-old buck. He's young. I would love to see him go next year, but I'm not going to pass an opportunity to shoot that deer because he's just been so available, I guess, within gun range, that I don't think he's going to make it through gun season. That's one of my target bucks. The guys from the bow camp, they've been calling the pirate buck because he's got the one eye, and he's number 2. And then the old buck that I've been chasing for the last 2 years. I mean, he's old. He's probably 5, 6 years old now. I think he's 5, because I'm pretty sure I have a trail cam picture of him 4 years ago with like a 2nd-year rack. And he never got much bigger, as far as rack size goes, but he's got that big beer belly now, and he's a heavy deer. When you see him beside these other bucks that have bigger racks, he's just a much bigger deer. So I mean, he might even be older than that. I will say that these scent lock clothes seem to be working really well, because all the deer that came in right downwind, or they came in and then they walked downwind. And not only was the wind going towards them, the thermals were dropping, everything was not in my favor, and they still were there. But I'm moving around so much in this tree, they spot me all the time and I get busted. I messed that up. My arrow hit a vine and went right below him. I saw him walk out the same place he always walks out, really far, like 200 yards away is where all the deer walk out. And I was like, well, why not call him? I grunted like 3 times and he started like trotting this way. It just sucks, man. I thought he was gonna cross, like, so I had a good clear shot in front of me. He didn't cross, and then he went back and he went around and chased a slow doe or fawn. And then he came back behind me, but I thought for sure I had a good clear shot. He's right there again. Smelled me. And my hunt was over. I had a little bit better of a shot before I tried to get him to stop. I should have tried to get him to stop earlier. Like I should have. And now he got downwind of me. That's just the way I've been. It's my year. It's my year. He ain't coming back over here the rest of the year, I guarantee it. It was right on line too. I'm telling you what, that shot was perfect. And I was like, how in the heck did I just miss that deer? And then I could see the vine just swaying. Mother. It's not my year, man. Like I was literally just talking about that buck before. extended that buck's life. I was overcalling, over snort wheezing. I actually don't usually do that much, but he was so interested. Sucks because earlier I had my hat sitting up on a peg up here, and the hat flew off. It was just covered in sweat, and he got right downwind of that hat and took off. And it was like, I'm out of here. I can't believe I blew that. I mean, I can't believe it. It's just, I should have took that earlier shot. I know I keep saying it, but I should have. I mean, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I can say this all day. I just made a bad decision. He's definitely gonna blow my cover. I don't need to explain how I feel at the moment. I was pretty heated for like a good hour. I was able to calm back down after just having a plethora of deer come in. I got my hopes up, thinking maybe another one would come in, different shooter or something. I mean, that has been my target buck like the last 5 hunts because I've been seeing them. It sucks. I don't know if I'm gonna get another chance. I would say there's a 99.9% chance I'm not going to get another chance at that buck. Maybe I scared him enough to make it so he's not so out there and putting himself out there, but I mean, I doubt it. But that entire time when he was in that thicket, the wind was blowing right at him and he did not seem to detect me. I don't know, you know, I'm pretty mad about the shot. I'm gonna go over the shot. I'll probably look at the shot and talk about it on the camera. I'm back at my house and I'm looking at this computer here and I'm going shot by shot. And it's unfortunate because the camera that I'm talking to right now was set up and it was running, but I couldn't, my arm doesn't go around the tree, that far around the tree, because there's 3 limbs. The tree splits right where I have the stand at. So there's a limb that goes right and there's one limb that goes straight back, and then, you know, and then a trunk that goes straight up. So unfortunately I didn't get the shot from this camera, and I was hoping I would be able to, because then I would maybe have a different angle to see, but it really doesn't matter. You can pretty much tell what happened during my GoPro shot. When I slow it down, I really can't tell what happened. When I go by frame, you can see that the arrow is online. If you look right here, the vines are going down, and in the heat of the moment I really didn't notice the vines. I knew they were there, but I wasn't really thinking about those vines. Before he came out, I was looking at those vines. I was like, I want him to stop right before those vines. You know, I was doing the grunt or bleat or whatever you call it right as he was at that opening, and he didn't stop. He got behind those vines, I took the shot, and it hit that vine. I mean, it's hard to tell because the bow shook, and so the camera shook, so it's a little blurry, but you can tell that the arrow is in line with the deer. Then I go to the next frame, and you can see it makes a real hard left right there. Still at the shoulder, now it's getting towards his neck, and then as you see, it hits, there's a little yellow dot, you can barely make out what it is, right in front of his head. And there it's in the ground in front of the deer. So the entire time I thought that I hit the vine and went under him, but I hit the vine and went in front of him. So what happened is I shot, and then he only moved like 3 steps. And I turned around, put an arrow on. He never even looked up. He was just looking into the field as if there was some kind of commotion. He was getting prepared for a deer to come out and attack him or something. I don't know. By the time that I got my arrow on, he had moved forward enough to where he was behind the tree and in a really thick area of vines. So I wasn't going to attempt it at that point. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the shot, it sucked because it sucked. It sucks. It just sucks. I mean, I was literally talking about that deer right before he came out, and it was it's the second opportunity, you know, in 3 years. I've been hunting there for like 15 years, but in the 3 years that I've been vlogging, I've had 3 opportunities, and 2 out of the 3 years they were this year. This is my 3rd full season of vlogging while hunting. This is my 4th year of vlogging. The first year I got lucky, and opening day the dude walked straight underneath me at 2 yards. The next year, not 1 opportunity. The year after that, not 1 opportunity on a buck. And this year I had 2 opportunities and I blew them. I'm pretty frustrated. I'm mad at myself. I mean, obviously there's nobody else to blame. And I guess that's it. I'm going to keep hunting. I mean, I got a little over a month left here, and then maybe I'll get to go to Ohio. I don't know. Trying to keep my head high and go out there and get this done. So, thanks for watching. Comment down below. Hit that like button. Subscribe. I gotta go.